Hey there, welcome. Today I wanted to talk about a realization I've been continually having, and that increased and furthered and deepened during a retreat I went to last week. And that is seeing, our very act of seeing our eyes and our sight, the origin of the sight, the end product of the sight, whatever the sight is looking at, that whole process of seeing that as God, as Ram, as the infinite. Because I think it's so difficult to unwire, deprogram our labeling mind, our associative thinking, as that being us, as that being me, as this being John. John is seeing, this is John's body. To take that away, to scrub that, to clean that, to let that go, and to see as like, no, that's just infinity. That's just God. To seeing as Ram. This has been part of my daily practice now. I've kind of been understanding and kind of knowing all is God, all is infinite, all is Ram. But during kirtan and during bhakti yoga, I kind of had this wave of feeling come through my head and my eyes. And I'm willing this in part. The willingness is happening as part of the experience. And it's seeing it all as just God. There's no John. There's no me. Just patterns in infinity. And to see even my looking at seeing, which is, the language gets funny at this point. I'm seeing with my consciousness that I have eyes. I'm seeing with my consciousness that I have sight. I'm seeing with my consciousness that I can even look at the fact that I have eyes. And that kind of spirals around itself. And to see that spiraling, that all of that as Ram, rather than as John. And one of the big things that helped me with this was just accepting it. I know John is just a name. It's just a label. I know the body of John changes, transforms over time, decays and regrows, and will most likely eventually decay fully. I know the consciousness that I call John also changes and has no stable patterning or shape or even location. And that's just being honest. To be honest that I don't know if there's really such thing as a John. You can see when we reflect on ourselves, so many of our values and the aspects of our consciousness are just borrowed. We learn the words from others. We learn the shapes from the outside world. We learn meaning and value and beliefs and perspectives from others. And then we can mix and match and create new ones and slightly unique ones. But none of them are ours. They're not in a vacuum. There's no pattern that is John indefinitely. And so that the biggest part was not seeing this as like a big realization and holding on to that, but just accepting this lighter touch and this lack of labeling the sight, the eyeballs, and the awareness as John. Just loosening that, softening it, letting it go, and just realizing it as Ram, as infinity. And as infinity and God more than a label. Just realizing like it's reality. It doesn't need a word. I'm kind of aware that when we say the word Ram, when we say the word God, when we say the word universe, when we say the word infinity, it really just is the reality that is. The word not really mattering too much. We don't get hung up on the word. And we might have ideas about the word, We might have ideas about God that we associate with ideas about infinity, the symbol, bigness, ideas about the universe, planets and space and galaxies and nebula. But even those concepts we loosen and just let go and just know this as reality, as existence. And to kind of have this soft evaluation of that whole process of the picture, the sight, the eyeballs, the head, the brain, the awareness, just softening it to just be exactly what it is without even seeing all those parts as separate, without thinking it in terms of the gooey brain and the skull and the skin and the retina and lines, to soften all thought pertaining to that process and to just let it be Ram, let it be God, let it be the Guru, let it be this. And that's a really beautiful practice. And it's already been just 1 week and it's been so amazing. Just me going to work, mowing the lawn, collecting leaves, pruning plants, and just like this fluid feeling state that goes through that whole presence, that goes through what we call this body, goes through what we call this brain, without really any hiccups, without any labels to act as roadblocks or limits. Just let infinity be. And it's both, it's very simple, as many spiritual practitioners will say. It does require effort in a way. It does require attention and awareness in a way. It requires consistency. It's not this thing that is about instant gratification, but it's been extremely nice. And I recommend it. I recommend it for all non-dual beings, that seeing as God is a big part of non-duality. This isn't anything new, by the way. Just maybe a technique or a pivot point or an angle to see it at that might help you like it helped me. It helped me a lot. And I find that just diving into our own experience and accepting the grander reality that is here without constraints from our belief system will bring up all sorts of cool techniques, all sorts of interesting perspectives, none to attach to, none to solidify as a statue, but to let them grow and evolve and be. Because at the end of the day, we're all just going to be experiencing this infinite thing in the exact way that we will experience it. And that might not be the self-inquiry meditation of Ramana Maharishi, might not be the kirtan singing of the bhaktas, might not be stretching like the hatha yogis, it might not be praying like those in Abrahamic religions. So just, I invite you to take a second, and for as long as you can, honestly, this gentle just decoupling your own sight and eyeballs and awareness of that from your name, from your sense of self, and just let it be a grand universe beyond limits that it is. And see what flows, see what feelings come up, see what the body does. I get tingles in my body, I get movements. It's quite perplexing and interesting. There was a little bit of pain at times, and then the tension would release and it would feel really nice. Almost as if just my very perspective altered the biology, which we know does happen from various scientific experiments, but to experience it is cool. So I recommend, as you do dishes, as you walk around, as you just sit there and look at stuff, to just kind of deprogram the sense of I, soften it, just don't give it too much weight or attention, and just kind of seeing as God. See what happens. Thank you so much for watching. Om Sai Ram.